Heyo, how you been? How you doing? How's it going? How's your week gone so far? So, if you know me, then you know what's coming next. If you don't know, I'm your host, the friendliest face in the game, the man of the hour, the boy wonder himself, Kid Ka-Ching, and this is my channel, The Brink Stop, where the money drops off. So, today, we got a news episode for you guys. We're going to be going over what's happening in the markets, the market sentiment. We're going to be talking about quite a bit, but except for going over why is FUD, why is the market dropping, the bad sentiment, I'm actually going to be explaining why I'm extremely bullish on cryptocurrency, blockchain, just everything in general, and why these signals to me, why all these FUD signals to me are really just bullish signals, and why we should be accumulating these dips. So before we get into it, just a disclaimer, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just a friendly and intelligent discourse between me and my audience. So whatever decisions you guys decide to make with your money, that is on you. So to begin, market cap bleeding out, guys. It's kind of stopped a little bit. Blood has coagulated, if you will. So market cap 204 billion, we're down from like 225, 226 billion. Bitcoin dominance 54.7%. Here we can see Bitcoin 6,473 bucks. Ethereum 224 bucks. Stellar 20 cents. That's actually doing pretty well, actually. It was up to 21 cents, 22 cents. Now it's at 20 cents. Not bad. It's really been like in a stable area. Of course, Tether, not of course that is 99 cents, but of course Tether's like, in a stable area. It's the stable token of the group. Cardano 8 cents. Oh man, it's dropped from like 10 to 11 cents. And then Neo, it's under that $20 threshold at 1983. VeChain, $1.50. And Ontology under that $2 threshold. And there we go. Wall chain under that $4 or $5 threshold at $3.93. So as you guys can see, everything's pretty much 10. Oh wow, what is that? Oh, Chainlink. That's funny. Saw somebody talking about Chainlink on Instagram. If you guys don't know, you'll follow me on Instagram at the Kid Ka-Ching. So yeah. But yeah, everything's pretty much in the red, honestly. Down 12, 13, 14%. Some less than that. Oh wow, what is that? 29. Oh, Bitcoin Diamond. We don't care about that. Bitcoin Diamond. But yeah, anyway. Yeah. So you guys are probably like, okay, well, you showed us all this stuff. You've seen like everything that's bad. Why are you so bullish? Let me tell you guys why I'm bullish. A, because people try to manipulate. Wow. The first thing is like the media in the space. They try to manipulate titles. They try to manipulate what's happening in the space, like in terms of actual progress, and make it seem like, oh, cryptocurrency is bad, or people don't like cryptocurrency. But in fact, that's not the case. Point A, we have Goldman Sachs. So if you guys don't know, or if you've been on or if you do know and you've been on Twitter, then you kind of know what's happening. You've been on Twitter, Instagram, and like the crypto world. We've seen all this FUD about, oh, Goldman Sachs ditching crypto. So what does this ditching have to do with? Back in, I think it was either May or March, either way, earlier half of 2018. Back in the earlier half of 2018, they said that they were going to set up a crypto trading desk through which institutions could trade the likes of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies. And what this was going to do for the space was this was going to inject billions, not maybe millions. I don't want to say billions, but this was going to inject millions into the space because they were going to be trading cryptocurrency. They were going to be maybe scalping profits, maybe taking profit. But overall, it was going to be good for the space because this meant institutional investors, they could really make up a lot of money and see what cryptocurrency is about. However, people have made it seem like, oh, they're just ditching it all together. Oh, they're getting rid of it. Like everything's burning. Like, I don't know why they've been doing that. Don't know. Why am I bullish? This is actually extremely bullish news because Goldman Sachs is reprioritizing. They're actually looking at the overall aspect of how their plan was, or how their plan was drafted out, and they said, okay, we need to take a step back, and we need to put the cryptocurrency trading desk on the back burner so that we can actually have, ready for it, hold up, a custody product for crypto. So I'm not really going to read all this, but basically what it's saying here is that Goldman Sachs, what they're going to do is that instead of, focusing all their might, or focusing all their time, all their effort, and all their money into this crypto trading desk, they're going to fall back, put that on the back burner, and they're going to set up a cryptocurrency product where they could establish a place, or a reputable place, for institutional investors to invest their money. They can watch it grow. They know it's safe, all that stuff. So why am I extremely bullish? Well, if people are just investing and holding their money, that means that they're not scalping profits, or they're not taking profits and putting it back into liquid assets. This means that what they're actually doing is they're holding onto Bitcoin, they're holding onto Ethereum, they're holding onto these other projects. And this is good because this is actually going to inject billions, because as their money grows, who else are they going to tell? Other institutions. Other institutions are going to talk with each other. Oh, we need to invest with Goldman Sachs. Oh, put your money in there. It's safe. And what does that mean? The market cap will just grow and grow tremendously. So also, what I like about this is this means that Goldman Sachs isn't just here to say, oh, we're going to take money from cryptocurrency and get in and get out and make our money. They're actually thinking about a long-term aspect of this, and like, yeah, we really want to be in this cryptocurrency space. So if you take an overall look, or I should do it this way, if you take an overall look, cryptocurrency trading is like here. Like, first there's like not knowing about it, then there's like knowing about it and investing, knowing about it and like holding it and doing some trading, and then holding it, or like knowing about cryptocurrency and then completely trading it, swing trading, margin trading, short-term trading, all that stuff. And the thing about it is they wanted to open the trading desk, and it's just like, this is here. And like the institutional investors, they're here. They might know about cryptocurrency, but they're not really into it like that. So the thing about that is, that means that they've actually looked at their progress and looked at their plan and said, okay, this actually doesn't need to be step one. Step one needs to be getting them in, making sure their money is secure, making sure that they can hold onto all their, value, all their digital currencies, whatever it might be, their digital assets. And so when they're doing this is going to add tremendous value to the cryptocurrency space. People are going to see it's safe. Institutions will see that it's safe to invest in cryptocurrency. Yes, we are in early. Yes, there's manipulation going on. Yes, prices can fluctuate, but it's safe, guys. This is what this is saying. They're saying they want to make it so that institutions can know it's safe. They're basically easing institutional investors into the market. Why wouldn't we want this? Why would we want them to start trading off the bat and possibly lose all their money when they could just hold on to it and then see how it goes? This, for me personally, this is great news. I'm glad Goldman Sachs is thinking ahead and saying, okay, we're going to start with the crypto custody and then move along. This is great news. So, dispelling the rumor, that's the first one off the list. So, get that shit out of here, guys.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
So, next. We have an analyst from the Canadian Royal Bank. They said that, Bitcoin is on track, or the overall market is on track to hit 10 trillion in 15 years. So, what I really like about this is, for one thing, I think, or the Royal Bank of Canada, excuse me, I don't know why I said Canadian Royal Bank. But anyway, why this is such a good thing, or why I really like this news, it really brings perspective into this market. This is such a burgeoning, a fledgling market, however you want to put it. There's so many people in this space, and you can see this everywhere. YouTubers, Twitter people, like the Twitter accounts, Instagram. That's not really an Instagram presence, but whatever it might be, you just see all these people, and they're talking about, oh, well, we were waiting for the bull market at the end of December, in December, just like last year, or we're waiting for the ETF to pass from VanEck or CBOE, or we can't wait until quarter one of 2019 so that the ETF can pass and we shoot off. Like, it's such like small term perspective, and I can understand why, because it's like cryptocurrency is like almost, it has like that emotional attachment, but it's also like there's so much money that could be made in the space, and it's like, of course we want, like, we have that innate desire, like, oh, we want our money now, we're gonna get it, like all that. But the thing is, if we just think about venture capitalism in general, or just like investing in new spaces in general, what happens? You invest early, you wait, and then later on down the line, you get all your money, you get all the returns, everything you wanted. So cryptocurrency is no different. Like, of course, it's going to be 10, 15 years before you really see like And like, think about in 2020, not 2020 because that's really right there. Think about 2025, 2028, or even 2030. Like Bitcoin at 6,000. That's going to people gonna be like, you had that chance? What? Oh, like that's what I'm saying. Like these prices right now and the long term macro aspect of everything, they are just ridiculously small. Like it's. Oh man, these are some of the best times that we have. And I know everybody's saying like, oh, the price is down, manipulation, this and that. But it's just like, if you keep your money in it, don't sell, or you don't get into shitty projects, like I always tell you guys, then later on down the line, this would be great because it's just like, oh man, when we're like personally, I'm 23, but like I know a lot of the average crypto investor is 25. When you guys are 30, like you won't even be 40, or some of you might just be turning 40. You have millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars just because you let your investment sit and accumulate and grow. So that's why I like this, because they're actually bringing a reality to this like space that always is just about quick gains. How much can you make and how fast, and just they're bringing reality to the matter, but they're not saying it in like a negative way. So we go down. So Mitch Stevens, a research analyst at Royal Bank of Canada, here he says, by utilizing decentralized computing and open source software, we see a multi-trillion-dollar market emerging. So he had estimated a $10 trillion market in the next 10 to 15 years, while experiencing a lot of ups and downs on the way, of course, naturally, as you've already seen. And the estimate came from taking a third of the roughly 30 trillion in assets held in offshore funds and gold as investors embrace digital currencies as a new store of value. This is just great news, guys. Like, come on, like the markets are like going down, like everything's in the red, blood on the streets, but it's like, why? Like, it's just so irrational to me, because we just have all this great news. And think about this. He is an analyst. He's a researcher. I'm not saying like, you know, how can we trust him? Like, I mean, he's established his ethos already, but look, if you don't want to trust him, I'm sure there's other people out there. But the more and more I read, the more and more I look at the news, the more and more I research, I see that the sentiment regarding institutions, whether it be governments, institutions, and just like the higher level investors, it's always positive. It's just we need to take our time. It's not necessarily, oh, crypto shit, we need to get out of it, like guys might be hearing or seeing these headlines. They're actually wanting to understand it. They want to understand blockchain and cryptocurrency, but they need the time to get into it. They need the time to understand it, and then truly they will see the value in it and they will invest. That's really what they see. So as you can see, this is what they said. And then also, as you see here, I didn't have it highlighted, but look at this. Goldman Sachs postponing, like this even goes back to the Goldman Sachs. So as we see here, Stevens is also talking about this, the same guy. So I don't think it is a big concern. All the institutional investors I speak with that have been involved for the last 5 years or so are still involved in the space. They still track it very closely. So we see like these people who like have connections to institutional investors or no institutional investors, they're saying they like crypto. They want to get into it. So I don't understand like the irrationality behind these markets or why people are just dropping their cryptocurrencies and the sentiment. But guys, we should be bullish. Like, we honestly should be bullish all the time, but it's not how it happens. So next. Here we go. Bitcoin drops to 6,900 after mysterious well. So this is actually another reason why, which I actually don't quite understand. It actually doesn't make sense. But anyway, so a mysterious well, and they don't know whether it has. So this is it right here. As Crypto Globe reported, a Bitcoiner that had been dormant since March 9, 2014 has recently moved its 111,000 BTC and BCH fortune to multiple wallets with little under 1,000 BTC each. A detailed investigation revealed the funds could belong to dead Pirate Roberts, the account of the Silk Road's admin, a Mt. Gox user, or a Silk Road vendor. So, along with that, per the Redditor, at least 15,593 BTC, worth 108.9 million, about 14% of the wealth's fortune were moved to Bitfinex and Binance. The funds were transferred to exchanges throughout 10 days, with 11,000 BTC going to Bitfinex and 4,400 to Binance. And then, of course, the wealth seemingly dumped its funds on the said exchanges, as Bitcoin is currently trading at 69.30. Well, obviously now it's a lot lower, 6,400. But yeah. But the thing about this, guys, is, like, what I really don't understand, like, now I can understand if like it said like, okay, they dumped it on, like when they say dumped on the exchange, like as in dumped it, just like liquidated their holdings. Just because they moved it onto the exchanges, maybe they're planning on trading it and getting better positions, possibly, don't know. But the fact that you know, they just moved it. Like they moved it to Bitfinex and Binance. Why should moving such a large amount of money be a bad thing? I don't understand. I really don't know. It's not like he sold. It's not like there's just a big sell-off going on. Like, and even still, I don't understand why like such a person with such large holdings would sell off. Like when there's been the potential to hit up more than 20,000, and even in the past, like past couple of months, hit up to 7,000. I think even 8,000. Like even with that, why would you sell right now when it's like in the 6,000 range? I really don't know. But yeah, that's what they're saying. So, you know, take that as you will, guys. I see this as someone's wanting, he's probably wanting to accumulate other stuff, or whoever this person is, they might be wanting to accumulate the alts at these lower prices. That's how I see this. Again, more bullish news, because why would someone be selling all the BTC when it's so low? Now, if this happened at the peak, okay, we got a problem. But we're pretty much in a micro bear market, and this is happening. Don't know. Next, the Winklevoss twins filing a patent to securely store digital assets. So this is almost like the Goldman Sachs. They too want to securely store assets. And again, like as we know, the Winklevoss, they've had the ETF denied for, you know, ETF trading and stuff like that. But this also is bullish news, because they're also wanting to get people into the space and make sure that they have a secure platform through which they can hold on to cryptocurrency and digital assets. So basically, the patent states private keys for a multi-signature account may be stored as backups, e.g., in a secure storage, which may be difficult to access and may be used in the event that more readily obtainable keys are lost. So, according to the filing, the patent applies to digital math-based assets where Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and Litecoin are mentioned among other altcoins. So, this is also great news. They want to be able to securely store digital assets for clients, and I can't understand why people would say, oh, this is negative news. Again, look at this. These 4 articles I get, except for the Mount, okay, we'll just say 3, because the Mount Gox guy, the Dead Pirate Robber, whoever he is, that doesn't really count. It's just like neutral news. But these last 3 articles, that's bullish news, guys. I don't understand it. Like, this is bullish news. Like, they're wanting, like, the Winklevoss plans, whether you like them, hate them, they're trying to do so much for the space. And I guess they too, like Goldman Sachs, realized we need to maybe look at the overall and take it step by step. So first step would be proving that you could securely store digital assets, and that's what they're doing, and their patent was approved. So I just don't understand, like, why, like, I really don't understand why this wouldn't be a great thing, because or not approved, guys. The patent wasn't approved, but this is what their patent does, and I just don't understand, like, why this would be a negative thing. They want to securely store assets, then more institutional investors, not necessarily go through them, but they'll see, like, okay, this space is safe because you see more and more people doing it, and boom, that's more money injected into the market, and yeah. So there's that. Now this is actually very interesting news. So here we go. Bitcoin hits 35,000 in Iran after the government accepts crypto mining as a legitimate industry. So here we see Bitcoin, the flagship cryptocurrency, has recently hit 35,000 again per Bitcoin. Shortly after the country's government revealed it sees the crypto mining industry as the legitimate one, and is set to announce a definitive stance on the nascent industry towards the end of the month. What is interesting about this is that even though the Bitcoin over here is 6,000, over in Iran it's 30 plus thousand, and I've been researching it. I've been looking into it. Now, Iran, like just like Turkey, just like Venezuela, not necessarily for the same reasons, their market is actually going down in terms of, I think was the rial. Yeah, the rial, the Iranian rial. If I'm saying that properly. If I'm not, correct me please. But yeah, the Iranian rial, it's actually been decreasing in value since the government's been changing and all that. But the reason why that they're having such issues with their government and having such issues with their currency is that the U.S. has basically sanctioned the hell out of Iran to the point, and by sanctioning, I mean they've made it so that like no other countries can trade with them, no other countries can do business. And I'm like specifically like, say for instance, like the airlines, like nobody, like the U.S., like within the U.S. specifically, like they can't, like no company can give airline supplies or materials so that they can build up their airlines and infrastructure. Basically, there's no type of trading, no anything going on. And it goes all the way back with Jimmy Carter, I believe. believe. It goes back with Jimmy Carter and how there was there's an American embassy. An Iranian person went into the embassy, held them hostage. They just cut off ties, all that. The sanction goes back then, but basically the sanction not only goes for the U.S., it expands to other countries because the U.S., even with Trump in his new sanctions, is basically like, oh, okay, so we're going to sanction Iran, but if you guys do business with Iran in any way, we will stop our business with you. And obviously the U.S. is a powerhouse. I don't need to say that, guys. Everybody needs to trade with each other, but specifically people need to trade with China, the U.S., and other big powerhouses, the EU, like that. So, not having the U.S. as a partner, now it could turn out badly. So Iran, they are sanctioned and they can't really move their assets into U.S. economy, as easily as they would like, which is why the Iranian rial keeps falling. What have they found out? They can use cryptocurrency to potentially get their money back. Or even not even the government, just like the people of Iran, they figured out that they can go into cryptocurrency and they could buy up what they need to so that they can actually grow their wealth instead of it just ruining and going to nothing like the rial. And specifically, I actually read an article the other day. A lady, I guess she had like a black market dealer for Bitcoin, and it was actually it wasn't funny. It was funny, but not like that. But what I mean is, she said earlier in the year she was buying Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin was obvious, not like January, but Bitcoin, March, April, April, May, June, during that time period, she was buying Bitcoin for 10,000 per Bitcoin. And when we're over here oh, why is Bitcoin going so low, etc., etc., she's over here still paying. And then she said even after that, the prices went up to 20,000 per Bitcoin. So that's a crazy arbitrage opportunity right there. Think about that, buying Bitcoin over here 6,000, going to Iranian Connect, selling it for 10, 20,000. Whew, that would be insane. Yeah, and then you could just buy more Bitcoin. But yeah, I don't know. This isn't really good or bad news. This is just interesting news that I found, because the Iranian government, they're going to be indulging in crypto mining, and then also other people in Iran, the citizens of Iran, they're going to be doing cryptocurrency more heavily. They're going to be thinking about how can they get their assets into a business, stuff like that. So overall, that's actually good news for the space, but it's just interesting in terms of a worldly economic perspective. So there's that. And lastly, what I'd like to say is, again, guys, we're always focused on the micro. We're oh, okay, Bitcoin's down 7.8% today. Oh, look at the price today. It's 6,473. Oh, Ethereum 224. And it's just guys, in 5 years, these prices will be absurd. 10 years, even more absurd. 15, 20 years down the line, I don't even want to think about how much money I have from cryptocurrency. And if we just think about it, it's not it'd be one thing if there was so many people in the space. I went and pulled up a couple of articles from earlier this year. So there was a study done in the U.S. This is for America. There was a study done, and they did 2,000 participants, and they found that around from these 2,000, they found that only 8% of them are invested in the cryptocurrency. So 8% out of the 300, I think we have over 330 million people in the US, only 8% of them are invested in cryptocurrency. And then if we go to the overall perspective, here we go. So how many people use Bitcoin in 2018? So Cambridge University did a study. 2.9 to 5.8 million people are using Bitcoin. So and here we see 5%. So 5 to 8% of Americans holding Bitcoin. And if we think about that, there's population is around 7.7 billion. So take that we'll take the higher numbers, 5.8 billion, divide that by 7.7. It's going to give you 7.4, 7.5, but no, yeah. So we're going it's less than 1%, guys. All you gotta know is less than 1% of people in the entire world have Bitcoin or even know about cryptocurrency, I would say, in general. And so if you take that into perspective of how early we are, why are we always complaining oh, the market's down, oh, this and that's happening? We're not even in the top 1%. We're in the less than the top 1% that know about cryptocurrency, enjoy it, invest in it, and we're waiting for our money. And just think when maybe 10% of the world starts investing in cryptocurrency, 20, 30%. Can you guys really imagine what will happen to the cryptocurrency markets when that happens? So yeah, that's just the news spiel, guys. Like, we're just going over news. I'm just trying to dispel all the rumors. I'm just trying to add bullish sentiment into this market because you guys should be bullish. And also on top of that, I know the market. I know a lot of projects are down. If you guys were buying recently, you might be down too. But this is the time you guys actually do want to buy. I know I'll be looking at ontology on Walton chain too, but Walton chain mainly. And yeah, I'll be taking advantage of these low prices. And look, it could go lower. The prices could go lower. But look, guys, I'm not in here to make money by next month, next week, next year. Like 2-3 years down the line, I'm going to be checking, probably scalping off a little bit profit. But overall, I'm going to be looking for profit like 5-10 years down the line. So yeah, that's really it, guys. I hope you guys got a lot of information out of this video. I hope you guys realize you guys should really just be reading and like looking. Like, there's always two sides to everything, and in terms of all the FUD, there's always like that silver lining. So yeah, Goldman Sachs ditching crypto, but they're planning on doing a crypto holding, like they're going to be holding on to crypto, making sure it's secure. Winklevoss twins, oh, the ETF got denied, oh, so bad, but now they're also going to be doing a secure storing patent. Like all this, guys, it's ridiculous. But you know what? I'm done here. I hope you guys have found the bullish. You guys, are starting to come back. The bulls are starting to come back. Hopefully this video sparks it. And yeah, so.